Good morning, everyone. This is Rick Rambler. 2 a.m. What am I doing? I have a couple things I wanted to talk about this morning, which I will hear in a little bit. Right now, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride and maybe talk about other stuff right now, but in a little bit, talk about the Safety Act. Excuse me, the Safety Act. Also talking about sexual education in the classroom. It's going to change, and I've been talking about this. It's sick, and it's what our Democratic states are really pushing for, along with Democrat president. Now, the sources I'm going to show you have not been looked into, and I will say that several more times before I talk about it. However, the articles line up with the stuff I have heard, and this article doesn't come from, these articles don't come from the person I heard this from, if that makes any sense. So I'll definitely get into some of that. I don't have a lot of info on both things. It kind of crept up on me. I didn't realize it was coming so fast. Oh boy. So it's quite chilly this morning. Around Pekin. Right now I got 46 degrees. But it is quite sunny or moony or not cloudy or however starry. Well, I don't know what you want to say. But it's definitely, I'll just say it's clear. I gotta watch how I say that. I gotta make sure I throw that L in there and not a Q. So excuse me while I get some money out. crazy. Let's see. I've never been to an ATM and gotten cash out that's flipped every way, like upside down, upside right. I think I got that one actually. Okay. I do want to say thank you for riding with me. Got 3 more places to stop.
White truck tractor, white semi-trailer, white tractor, white semi-trailer, Oklahoma trailer, 5-8.
Everyone's doing good this morning. I got all fired up yesterday. No names, no nothing. I got all fired up over the political thing. In fact, I post on this Facebook page, if you're looking for information about the stream, if you're looking for excuse me, if you're looking for other information, looking to contact me, you can go there and you can contact me. No need for death threats and all that.
643, secure 30 NCS.
We really don't need to be mean people. We can talk civilly. If there's things you want to debate with me, you can. I have no issue with that. Love to debate. The second you start calling me names, I'm out. I do want to say that I am very good at calling people's names, but it's something that I'm trying to work on myself, and I think on one of my comments I called Democrats a-holes if they believe. Well, I guess I didn't really call them a-holes, but I called them a-holes if they believe that January 6th was anything like September 11th, which is what they keep pushing. everybody knows it's bull crap. It was nothing like September 11th. And me having an old friend that would have been in one of those towers had he not worked over the night before. At the time, he decided to go in late because he was a lawyer. He decided to go in late because he worked on a case with the board, I believe. The night before him was there. Gosh, I don't know. He was saying like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And so he thought he'd come in at 10 the next morning. And on his way in, he heard all about it, obviously, like we all did. But that guy could have been in there, and you guys are calling January 6th like September 11th. You guys are cracking me up now. But that was like September 11th, and Portland and Seattle was like the end of the world. It's like the zombie apocalypse. There you go. Because it was way worse than January 6th. I'll be back. Gotta have my wallet. Tell you, the water smells so bad out there, and this will not work. LOL. Usually carry, in fact, I thought I had them. What's this? I thought I had my bags out for me to grab this morning, but I totally forgot. I usually get coins and dollars on the way into work. I'm a big collector, but I'm also a saver, so I like to go through all this stuff. got a lot right here, so. So I'm a big nerd. Big nerd. Alright. I'm gonna stop by Walgreens. Gosh, I couldn't think of the name of it. Ooh, crap. Address is facebook.com/The Rick Rambler Show. Like I said, you can website. Oh crap! Oh boy! You can go there and get all kinds of updates about the show and that. There'll be updates about the actual Rick Rambler show that I'm getting together on there as well. You'll get periodic updates on here, but when things start flowing pretty good, right now we have a lot of equipment to buy. Excuse me. But on there you'll actually get a lot more info. So, alright. I will be right back. Stay tuned, please. Actually, I gotta check something just really quick here. Okay, well, that's crazy. All right. right, biggity bones. I have to write these things down real fast. November 1st. Oh yeah. Looks like they've hired a few officers here at Pekin. There's a lot I'm hearing on the radio that I don't recognize. There's a lot that of them that I see that I don't recognize, which is good. That means it could also be bad. It could mean that there's a huge rollover. Oh, that's not what they call it. I don't think that's what they call it. But I don't think they're replacing anybody. I know we've been low for a while now. I think there might be a lot of people
2019 Delco trailer
coming from maybe places like Chicago or Peoria.
418 Southwest Water, across the 100 Harrison, map was one of the videos for 41-year-old male on seizure.
I don't know. At any rate, really appreciate what they do, and I feel they do a good job, but I feel they could also do more. I don't know what Pekin's law is, but you have meth exploding big time around here in Pekin, and you see other cities doing like stakeouts and sitting there waiting. I'm not talking about movies. They do them in the movies too, but I'm not talking about movies. But you know, these other cities will sit and watch these houses. And then they will.
Water Street, the old Hooters, and a blue Ford Focus. 41-year-old male is in seizure.
So, like that gas station right there has a lot of weird activity. The hotel back there has a lot of drug activity. I've actually had, well, an officer that I know, without giving any names, but he's even said that. And I know they're closed, but I'm going to check anyway. Just for craps and grins. They are not open. Alright. But,
975 name, 2705 South House Lane, across the 7 corner in Cell. This will be a two call for the fall.
other cities that do like stakeouts and stuff, to where they can see if they have all the characteristics of oh gosh, excuse me, of a drug house. They'll see if the normals go in and out of there, you know, people that have been in trouble before, I'm sure, is one of the things. We had a neighbor that was dealing something, and it really wouldn't surprise me if they were dealing meth as well. There was a lot of activity, and when I say a lot, that does not even do justice for what I'm talking about. I never got sleep because all night long, every single 10 minutes to a half hour, a car was pulling up, slamming doors. You know, none of these people had jobs. That's all they had to do, was be at their home, and they sold pills, I know, for a fact. I witnessed that. But they're gone now, so that's all I care about. We'll stop in here. Oh, but my point. Hold on one second.
Welcome to Hardee's. What can I get for you?
Yeah, morning. Can I get a double cheeseburger, please?
Okay.
And that's it.
That's everything.
Yep.
It's gonna be $4.50. Go ahead and pull it down.
Okay, thank you. So, what's somebody different? She sounded the same. Okay. Well, oh, okay. Yep. Alright, thank you. Anyway, so this went on. I was calling the cops on them, which I never do. I like to leave people alone. The thing is I didn't want to witness one of two things. Somebody dying, or a fight, which usually is not good. Trying not to talk about it right now because I smell smoke and I'm not sure if somebody's outside. This morning program, by the way, usually runs about an hour to an hour and 45 minutes. Right now we're at 38, but just appreciate all of you showing up. All right, thank you. You too. Appreciate it. Okay. Now. All right. I hear a lot of wrapper sounds. All right. So, I don't know which one is least important. I don't know which one is more important. So I'm going to start off with the Safety Act. As soon as I get rid of this noise. I'm going to stop at the car wash up here. So. Okay, the Safety Act is also known as no cash bail. No cash bail is where you go in. Okay, I need to start out like this though. The source I got this from cannot be held as a credible source. However, if you were with me at the beginning of this stream, I am going to tell you that what I saw in that article is the same stuff that I have heard. It did not come from the same source that I heard it from, but is the same exact stuff that I did here. Anyway, so I want to make sure you all know that. And I will do some more research on it. I'm not sure if they have to post these acts online and what they include. I would think they would have to have it available to the public. If that is the case, I will be getting that out, and I will be reading it. Of course, it'll probably be 5,000 pages long, but I'll figure it out. And anyway, Safety Act, no cash bail, says that. Now I'm not sure of the terminology, but I believe that the person will be booked, but then they will be released immediately back out. They do this in New York. Look at New York. The crime has jumped. Now, all these shootings and stuff that happen, they continue to blame it on Republicans and the Second Amendment. All the crime they blame on Republicans. Of course, I mean, where else are you going to put the blame at? You know, it's the Republicans and their guns. No. There's a lot of shootings because you guys are letting them out as soon as you book them. And there's a lot that concerns me about all of this. But I'm going to wash my car. But there's also something that I'm going to post this picture. It might be kind of hard to see. These are the people under Safety Act, the type of people that are going to get released. I'm not sure if you guys can read that because it's kind of small on my screen. I'm going to leave that up while I wash my car real fast. When I get back in, we'll talk more about it. I'm going to come in and do the inside of the windows as well. Wait a second. Put my keys inside the car so it doesn't keep whistling like that. turn the sound off. Okay, so I'm back. Hope you had a little bit of time to look at that. Most of them people were charged with domestic battery. A police officer will tell you that domestics are one of the not scariest things, but one of the most dangerous things to be called to. Only because you got people, you know, in the heat of the moment, tempers are flaring and everything, but that would be the only reason. But, well, I say only reason like it's not that big of a reason, but it is. But what the hell was I gonna say? Oh, there's no cool down period for these people if they're getting released. So what do you think's gonna happen? If a woman feels like her life is in danger, who is she gonna call? Don't say Ghostbusters, because that's not true. But she's gonna call 911. She's gonna call the police. When the police get there, they're gonna arrest the guy or the woman. But in this particular situation, it's a woman that's being beat up. So they are going to arrest the guy. Now the guy's pretty pissed off that she called the cops on him. Guy gets arrested, goes to the station, gets booked, and is let out immediately because of the Safety Act. You don't have no time to cool down. Say he goes and buys something from a 24-hour Walmart, which I'm not even sure those exist anymore. I know the one in Pekin don't. Okay. My apologies, I don't know how long it's been that way. By the way, people, you want to if you want to join in the conversation, or you've got your own views on the Safety Act, I have a text line. If you text me, I will read it on the air. If you do not want me to read it on the air, I will not read it on the air. I am so unorganized in the mornings. Anyway, as it is, I can't do two things at once. So that's the Safety Act. Letting criminals right back out on the street. New York, there's been several people that have been booked. They get right back out on the street and they end up either killing somebody or whatever. look up New York and look up the, even Chicago you can. I'm not, well, that's a whole other subject for another day, but there's been a lot of defunding going on. Now, they claim that is not part of their agenda. However, Kamala talked about it several times during the election. And Biden mentioned it a couple. Trying to figure out what the end game is here. The only thing I see is cost being cut. I see costs being cut. I mean, that's all I see. I mean, is it to make these government officials rich? Are we going toward third world country? Is this what the New World Order has in store for us? Now, they claim that they're the ones that are pro-police. They're lying to you. Here's why. When Biden brings that up, he brings up about a funding bill that we did not sign. We did not agree to pass. Shot it down. Republicans. You guys can shove that in my face all you want. Truth is, that bill was not only about police funding. There were a lot of funds being distributed in that bill, not just police. They put it on the front of the bill because they knew Republicans would shoot it down, and they could tell everybody that Republicans are not pro-police. That's how they work, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, before, I don't have that much longer here, but here's sex ed. I was just talking about part of this yesterday. About how Democrats are very strange and what they're trying to do to kids. This agenda, I do believe, is being hidden on CNN, MSNBC, and you will not see it on there because they would for sure lose votes whether they are Democrat or not. And when us Republicans bring it up, they can tell us that we are watching too much Fox News, which is generally the number one comeback I get, which, ooh, gosh, that's scary. I don't watch Fox News. I don't get my info from mainstream media. I don't care who it is. But I touched on excuse me. I touched on how kids are able to start doing drag shows at 8 years old. Something I need to look into, because even the right, even Republicans, has this stuff been going on for a longer time than just recently. The reason being is, one second, let me take a drink. The reason being is both sides do this, but you could have, with all this drag show, the LGBTQ community, or what, I don't even know what that means. And now they've added even more letters onto it. I can never keep up, but these Democratic states, and you can look it up, Republican states are totally against it. It's okay to have a gender change. When you're just a kid. You could be 5 years old and say that you want a sex change. This is too much to try to even imagine. And trust me, I don't expect you to believe me because it is so off the wall, but I want you to look it up. I don't want you to look up a Democratic source. I don't want you to look up a Republican source. Anything I'm telling you now that I want you to look up, do not go to mainstream media. If you go to MSNBC and you search for this, it's not going to come up. It's one of the things they are hiding from you so that Republicans seem very weird when they talk about it. People, it's happening though. I have seen, it's kind of like when this whole thing started with the Green New Deal and stuff, I would see maybe one Tesla on the road in a given week. I now see, I would say probably maybe 5 or 6 during rush hour every single day. But Illinois, Pritzker is putting into place sexual education starting when you're 5 or 6 years old. Gross is this, people? Text me, please. I want to hear people's thoughts on this. I'd really appreciate it. Just your name and where you're from and your comment. But this is so sad. This is extremely sad. Now I did, this is just one side. This is what they're going to be doing in Illinois. If you can blow that up and you can read it a little bit while I explain it. By the time they reach 6th grade or the end of 6th grade, they're going to be talking about anal sex. Anal sex. As I told you guys yesterday, I have a cousin that's gay. I'm very Christian. I don't, but I don't hold it against people. I don't want it rubbed in my face. And I can guarantee you that 90% of the gays hate what's going on. Genital mutilation at 5 years old. They are not old enough to stay by themselves. They are not old enough to vote. They are not old enough to drive a car. They are not old enough to drink. They are not old enough to smoke. They are not old enough to play the lottery, even. They cannot play the lottery? All that is giving a buck and getting a ticket to scratch off. They cannot even do that until they're 18. So they're not even they're old enough at 5 to make the decision whether they want to have their gender changed or not. This is the stuff that really confuses me on, as I keep saying, what the end game is. What the hell is the end game here? None of this makes sense to me. I wouldn't believe it myself if I didn't actually see it going on. If you have a daughter at school, a young daughter, do you feel comfortable enough with guys going inside that bathroom? If you say yes, there is something totally wrong. All the person has to do is think he's a girl. And he can go right into the girls' restroom and nothing can be said about it. poor kids. This is why I say the church, not meaning only my church, but the church itself, are going to go away because they go against the agenda of the Democrats. And if you are a Christian, I would think that you would look all this stuff up. Everything the church preaches, the Democrats are going against. Don't look at the fact that Pelosi or Biden are Catholic. The Catholics are very mad at them. In fact, they were... I'm not sure what they call it. My apologies, but they were told they could not take communion. And if I got that all wrong, I apologize. I'm not quite sure what it's going to take for people to see what's going on. What is it going to take? Pritzker is I don't know how you want to say it, is all tied up with the agenda of the left. Worried about our future. So worried about our kids. There's been several world leaders that have said this doesn't have anything to do with sex changes or anything like that, but a lot of world leaders have said that the environment would be way better with a lower population. What the hell does that mean? It kind of makes me kind of think more of what's going on. A question comes to mind though. Are they deliberately pissing Putin off so that nukes can kill a lot of the population of the world? It seems very far-fetched. But at this point, I really have no clue what else to think. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I am at my destination. most likely be on tonight. They will most likely talk about some stuff that's going on today. And then as soon as I can, I'm going to do a show from my house. As soon as I get time. I got a lot of things to do. I got a lot of things to do to get ready for stuff like that, so I'll let you all know that I pray about every single one of you every single day. I pray for my enemy. I pray for the people that I bitch about every single day. I pray for the world. Ladies and gents, as I always say, we have to absolutely stand up. I do not want that taken out of context. I do not condone violence. I was not for January 6th. In fact, the left was more for January 6th than I was. And in case you don't know, that's a subject for another time as well. Look January 6th up. You'll see all the weird coincidences that took place. And when I say coincidences, I mean like doors being propped open, people with video cameras just happen to be in place. Pelosi's daughter was one of them. She was offered more security. Trump offered it. The left turned it down. You'll never see that come up. And for the left, as far as the left goes, they really wanted that to happen. Even Pelosi said she's been waiting for something like this to happen. Now, all these people that look into what's going on today, or look into these elections, look into, they don't go by polls. And they have been right a lot. And this is in closing. But there's millionaires that place bets on which way the election will go. There's experts that have came out and talked about the election and why they think it's going to go a particular way. They compare it to situations that have looked and appeared the same on certain years. Sounds easy, but they actually dig a lot further into it. These people that bet on this stuff, they have a lot of money at stake, and I mean millions. These people are predicting a red tsunami. It used to be red wave. If we get the House, there's a lot that we can do to reverse a lot of this. And that is what we need right now. We need to go in and reverse what we can. But that's the problem. Is President Biden can veto, and I do believe he can veto anything that goes in through the House. But I'm going to tell you that if he does that to some of this sexual education, some of these books that are ending up in our schools, if he does that with genital mutilation, 5-year-olds, then that'll be the proof right there. But before the election, I would definitely, if you're a Democrat, I would look at some of these issues that are coming to light. Do research. Don't, for the sake of our future and kids, don't just assume I am lying about this. Don't just assume that I am wrong about this. If your kids mean this much to you, you'll find out what's going on in our schools. Anyway, there's some juicy information usually on my way home. I wouldn't call it juicy information. I would call it, it's way different than the mornings. I'm usually all worked up. And usually I'll talk about a ton of issues at one time. And it's constant. I started right when I left here and went on and on and on for 40 minutes yesterday. I did that last week too. Join my Facebook page. Join my YouTube. And pretty soon I'll have my Rumble up. So that all of you can see, watch me on there as well. These are scary times. We still have a chance to fix it. All right. I love you all, as I always say. No matter if you're Democrat, Republican, white, black, boy, girl, it does not matter. I love all of you. And I'm out till this afternoon. Subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my Facebook, or add me as a friend on my Facebook, or follow. And then make sure you tune in this afternoon.